There is something almost magical about the right haircut after 50. It is not about pretending to be younger, but about letting your natural radiance come forward in a softer, fresher way that truly matches the woman you are today. Many stylists describe a good cut as a non-surgical facelift, because the shape, movement, and framing can gently lift the eye and brighten your whole expression. In this video, we are going to walk through 5 beautiful haircuts that help older women look younger, feel lighter, and step into this season of life with quiet confidence. Whether your hair is fine or thick, straight or wavy, short or long, there is a style that can honor your features, soften lines, and make your daily routine easier. Think of this as a warm conversation with a friend who understands mature hair, skin, and lifestyle, and who wants to help you see yourself with kinder, gentler eyes. As you listen, allow yourself to imagine what it would feel like to run your fingers through a fresh cut that finally feels like you, and like the wise, beautiful woman you are becoming every single day. Blunt bob with soft movement. There is a reason the blunt bob shows up again and again when stylists talk about youthful cuts for women over 50. It is clean, modern, and gently lifting. A bob that hits somewhere between your chin and just above your shoulders draws the eye upward and away from the jawline and neck, which can subtly soften the look of sagging or loose skin. When the ends are cut in a neat, blunt line, they give a sense of strength and health. Even if your hair is naturally fine, this crisp outline creates the impression of thickness, and that fullness alone can make you look more vibrant and awake. To keep this bob from feeling harsh, the secret is in the details. A slightly textured finish at the ends, a gentle bevel under the chin, or a soft side part can all add movement so the cut does not sit on your face like a helmet. Light layering through the interior of the cut, without losing the bluntness at the bottom, allows the hair to move when you walk and talk, which brings energy and youthfulness to your overall look. For many women over 50, a bob that grazes the jawline also helps highlight the cheekbones and eyes, areas that naturally hold light and life. Fringe or no fringe is a personal choice, but a bob pairs beautifully with wispy bangs or a soft, side-swept fringe if you are concerned about forehead lines or a high hairline. Side-swept bangs can blur those areas gently, while still keeping the look open and bright around the eyes. If you prefer no bangs, ask for a part that is slightly off-center instead of perfectly middle or razor straight. This small shift can make the style feel more relaxed and less severe. Color also plays a quiet but powerful role. A blunt bob with subtle highlights around the face, or a soft transition into silver and gray, catches the light and creates dimension. Flat, solid color can sometimes look heavy, while gentle highs and lows mimic the way hair naturally lightens with age, only in a more flattering, intentional way. With the right cut and a touch of movement, the bob becomes more than just short hair. It becomes a frame that honors your story while letting your present-day glow lead the way. Mid-length cut with long layers. A mid-length cut that falls somewhere between your collarbones and the top of your chest can be incredibly kind to a mature face, especially when it is shaped with long, flowing layers. This length gives you enough hair to feel feminine and versatile, while avoiding the heaviness that very long hair can bring, which many stylists say can drag the eye downward and emphasize sagging features. When long layers are placed thoughtfully around the face, they function almost like soft focus filters, gently skimming past the cheeks and jawline, smoothing rather than exposing. The key to this haircut is that the layers are long, not choppy or overly short. Long layers remove weight without removing length, which keeps the hair bouncy and light instead of flat and lifeless. Those layers can start around the cheekbones or just below, then cascade down in a way that allows your natural texture to show through, whether that is straight, wavy, or softly curly. This movement adds a sense of youth because young hair often appears fuller, with a natural swing and bend rather than hanging in one solid sheet. If your hair is fine, ask your stylist to be gentle with thinning shears and focus on adding shape rather than removing too much bulk. Well-placed face framing layers can create the illusion of more volume around the crown and sides, which can help balance a narrower or longer face. For thicker hair, the long layers are a gift. They carve out space inside the cut so the hair can move freely, preventing that heavy, blocky look that can feel aging. Either way, the result is a lightness that you can feel both in your hair and in your mood. This mid-length style also pairs beautifully with subtle styling. Soft waves created with a large curling iron, or simply by air drying with a light product can add texture that feels relaxed and modern, rather than stiff or overly done. A gentle side part and a few pieces tucked behind one ear can reveal your jawline and neck just enough to look graceful without feeling exposed. Color that includes fine highlights or a sun-kissed effect around the face can boost the youthful impression, giving the sense of hair that has naturally lightened in the most flattering way. For women who enjoy tying their hair back occasionally, this length is ideal because it still allows a low ponytail or soft chignon without the constant weight and maintenance of very long hair. You can have the best of both worlds. The freedom of hair you can move and style, and the ease of a cut that echoes the softness and wisdom of this chapter of life. Youthful fringe that frames the eyes. Fringe, or bangs, can be one of the most powerful secret tools for looking younger after 50 when chosen and shaped with care. Stylists often describe bangs as a kind of gentle curtain that can soften forehead lines, conceal a high or thinning hairline, and bring the viewer's focus straight to the eyes. Because the eyes tend to hold light, emotion, and sparkle well into later life, anything that highlights them naturally gives a more youthful impression. The beautiful thing is that fringe today is not one size fits all. Wispy, side-swept bangs are wonderfully forgiving and work with many haircuts, from bobs to shoulder-length styles. They lightly graze the forehead and then blend into the sides, avoiding a harsh horizontal line that can sometimes shorten the face. Curtain bangs, which part softly in the middle and frame the face on both sides, are especially loved for mature women because they follow the natural drape of the hair, creating a soft, almost romantic frame. This type of fringe has enough length to feel grown-up and graceful, while still giving that gentle veil over the forehead. For those who prefer a bolder look, a fuller fringe that hits around the brows can be striking in the best way when the texture is feathered instead of blunt. Feathered bangs with slightly uneven tips move with you and catch the light, which keeps them from feeling heavy or severe. This texture can help balance strong features, and gives a sense of softness to faces that may have become more angular with age due to loss of volume in the cheeks. When choosing fringe, it is essential to consider maintenance and lifestyle. Bangs generally require a bit more frequent trimming, but many women find the trade-off well worth it once they see how much younger and fresher they look in the mirror. If you have naturally curly or wavy hair, a slightly longer, more relaxed fringe that can blend into your curls can be beautiful and less fussy. For straight hair, a light styling product and a round brush may be all you need to keep bangs smooth yet soft, without that overly polished, rigid look. Perhaps the most meaningful advantage of fringe is emotional rather than purely visual. When you look at yourself and see your eyes framed, your forehead softened, and your features gently balanced, it can change how you move through the world. You may find yourself making more eye contact, smiling a little more easily, and feeling just a bit lighter at heart, all of which radiate a youthfulness that no haircut alone could ever fully capture. Soft shag and textured layers. The modern shag has quietly become a favorite for women over 50 who want to look younger without feeling like they are trying too hard. Unlike the heavy, exaggerated shags of past decades, today's versions use soft, feathered layers that create movement and volume while still feeling sophisticated. A well-cut shag can add lift at the crown, fullness around the sides, and a beautifully tousled texture that suggests energy and ease. This cut works wonderfully on medium to short lengths, often hitting somewhere between the cheekbones and just below the shoulders. Layers are carved throughout the hair, with special attention around the face, where shorter pieces help open up the eyes and cheekbones. Because the ends are often slightly tapered or feathered, the overall effect is light, airy, and playful rather than bulky or blunt. For many mature women, this gentle messiness feels more natural than very sleek styles, especially if their hair has developed more wave or frizz with age. A soft shag can be particularly flattering if your hair is thinning or has lost some density. The layers create an illusion of fullness, and the textured finish means the hair does not have to be perfectly smooth to look intentional. A bit of volume at the crown can visually lift the face, while wispy, Pixie ends keep things light around the neck and jawline. Paired with a fringe, whether curtain, bottleneck, or soft choppy bangs, the shag frames the eyes beautifully and can knock years off your overall appearance. Styling this kind of cut is often simpler than it appears. Many women find that letting their hair air dry with a lightweight mousse or cream, then scrunching or gently twisting sections as they dry, creates a flattering pattern of waves and bends. For those who prefer more polish, a round brush and a quick blow-dry can smooth the top while leaving the ends slightly undone, maintaining that effortless, lived-in texture. The goal is movement and softness, not perfection, which can feel liberating after years of trying to fight frizz and every stray hair. A soft shag also plays beautifully with natural gray or salt and pepper hair. The layered structure allows different tones of silver, charcoal, and white to catch the light in unique ways, giving dimension that rivals traditional highlights. Instead of hiding age, the cut celebrates it with a youthful twist, making your hair look like an intentional part of your style rather than something you are battling against. When you see your reflection with this fresh shape and easy movement, it can feel like meeting a brighter, freer version of yourself that was waiting just beneath the surface. Modern pixie and bishia confidence. Short hair can be incredibly youthful, especially in the form of a modern pixie or its slightly longer cousin, the bishia. These cuts remove weight and length, allowing your features, eyes, cheekbones, jawline, to shine with clarity and strength. Many women find that a well-shaped pixie or bishia gives them an almost instant lift in both appearance and spirit, like setting down a heavy bag they did not realize they were carrying. A modern pixie is not the stiff, flat cap of hair that you might remember from years ago. Today's pixies usually include soft, choppy layers, a bit of length on top for volume, and often a side-swept fringe that adds femininity and movement. This texture keeps the cut playful and prevents it from looking severe or overly boyish. For women with fine hair, the short layers can make the hair appear thicker and denser, while for those with thicker hair, strategic texturizing helps the cut sit close to the head in a flattering way. The bishia, sitting somewhere between a bob and a pixie, offers a beautiful middle ground. It usually features more length around the ears and nape, with layered fullness around the crown and sides. This extra length gives softness and a slightly more traditional feminine feel, while still keeping the overall silhouette light and youthful. The bishia can be styled sleek and smooth for a polished look, or tousled and textured for a more casual, modern vibe. What makes these short cuts especially kind to mature women is how they interact with the face and neck. A bit of height at the crown elongates the face, while the cropped sides and back open the neckline, creating an elegant, elongated appearance. Wispy pieces around the ears and forehead can soften fine lines and draw the eye to your smile and eyes instead of areas you may feel self-conscious about. Because the hair is shorter, your natural silver, white, or colored shade tends to look brighter and more intentional, almost like part of a carefully curated style. Short styles also lighten your daily routine. Wash and go is often truly possible with the right cut and a small amount of product to add texture or control. That extra time and ease in the morning can free up energy for the things that truly matter to you, which is its own form of youthfulness and vitality. Above all, choosing a pixie or bishia is a declaration of confidence. A quiet statement that your face, your story, and your presence are worth showing fully to the world, without hiding behind your hair. Final thoughts. Reaching this stage of life is not about chasing the past. It is about honoring everything you have lived and choosing to show up in a way that feels true, fresh, and deeply you. The right haircut can be a small but powerful act of self-kindness, lifting your features, simplifying your routine, and helping you see your own reflection with softer eyes. Whether you feel drawn to a chic bob, soft layers, flattering fringe, a gentle shag, or a bold pixie, the most important thing is that your hair supports your life instead of limiting it. When you sit in your stylist chair next time, bring not only ideas, but also a quiet intention to choose a style that lets your wisdom and warmth shine through. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to subscribe to Timeless Wisdom Path.